Hello, everybody. I'm Conquering History Games, and happy channel anniversary, St. Crispin's Day, October the 25th, and much more importantly, happy Victoria 3 release day. It's really great to be here with all of you. I played with the audio mix, so because the music was quite loud, so hopefully it's a bit better right now. Already, first request. I guess technically the first request was from Jacob Brown. Hello, and also hello to Luis David, Necrosoft, Kipsu, and some Frenchie. I guess he technically said go west, young man, but I knew Giga Germany was coming. It's just, you need to go Oberreich, like, you know, and then of course there's the constant arguing, how much is real Germany? You know, you gotta unite Germany, of course, but then, you know, it's like, okay, you gotta oh yeah, Austria belongs to Germany. Okay, fair. Everything to the Alps belongs to Germany. Okay. Florence is proper Germanic clay. And then, of course, there's the eternal debate of when you conquer France, do you just absorb it all? Or do you keep it out because, French. Don't even get me started on how far east Germany is supposed to go. And then Denmark, you know, it's such a tiny little country right there to the north. You know, like, let's just kind of just eat that up and you know, clean up the border nicely and so on and so forth. But I'm excited to yeah, Texas is German clay. There actually are a couple of notable Germanically settled towns in Texas. Fredericksburg is the most famous, I would say. Yeah, actually, Fredericksburg, funnily enough, a quick sidebar, but the little Texas history. Fredericksburg was founded in the 1840s, and it was named, so it was a little bit after Texas had become its own country, and which I'll go ahead and say it's its own country, even though Mexico had not like formally recognized it yet. But they named themselves after Prince Frederick. Yeah, and so they actually ended up creating a separate dialect of German because there were a lot of them who were having trouble learning English or just refusing to learn English entirely. And so they maintained the like accents and language of 1840s German, specifically the towns that they were from, which I believe was West Germany. And it's still got a notable Germanic population. Even today, there's only like 5 figures worth of people who live there. And I remember when I was a kid driving through the town and going to eat at a restaurant there, and like our waitress, she had a very strong German accent, except, you know, good, unlike what I just did. But yeah, Texas German is a thing. Actually, I'll look up a description of it for you. Texas German. Yeah, the whole Midwest must be united with Germany. And then, of course, Minnesota and the areas attached to it must be united with Scandinavia. Okay, so like I hate using Wikipedia, but I'm just going to use Wikipedia just to get so I can give you guys a quick sense. Texas German is a group of German language dialects spoken in Texas by descendants of German immigrants who settled there in the mid-19th century. German Texans founded the towns of blah, 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 blah. History and documentation. While most heritage languages in the United States die out by the 3rd generation, Texas Germany is unusual in that most German Texans continue to speak German in their homes and communities for several generations after settling the state. But it's the Mexicans that won't assimilate. The state of Texas recognized German as having equal status to Spanish from 1846 to World War I until there was English-only instruction. And then there was, of course, Now, gee, I wonder why during World War I people weren't cool with German anymore. Let's see here. Somebody studied the dialect. It's an odd mixture of English and 19th century German. Hardly any of the Texas Germans speak alike. There's variation in the dialect. Texas German borrows about 5 to 6% of its vocabulary from English. Yeah, as of a census in the last couple decades, there's 1,000 people in Fredericksburg who speak German at home. So yeah, somebody's asking what country we're choosing, and I think you guys are already not thinking straight. This is going to be a game about achievements, baby! Now, because let me tell you something. Assuming that I enjoy this game, which I'm sure I will, we're going to see how it plays out. There is perhaps no greater period of history that interests me more than the 19th century, and I guess more specific, like, the long 19th century. I have talked at length in many streams over many years about how I just find it to be such an interesting period of time, and this game is going to cover most of that period of time. So there's a ton of achievements because there was tons of things going on all across the world, and of course Paradox likes to throw in kind of funny, silly stuff as well. So there's a lot of easy achievements to do here. Of course, play a full campaign. You could argue if that's easy or not, but I guess the whole idea is like you don't have to be good, you just need to do it. But there's tons and tons and tons of things that I am really interested in, like anarchy in the UK is funny, have an anarchist form of government. Go West, young man, starting as the U.S. owned California, Oregon, and Washington with 250k or more population in each. So of course, like that's pretty much canonical. Paris Commune is like, take this little thing that was isolated in one city for a brief period of time and have it take over the country. That's fun. The Belle Epoque, where it's basically just build tall as France. Let's look at some non-European ones, though. Solomon's Quest, Form Ethiopia. Let's see. I didn't vote for Pedro, which is funny because I was thinking about Napoleon Dynamite just today, and I like how they managed to get the dance there. I don't know if that's if they change it just enough. Like, they probably won't sue us. But change government to republican, implement universal suffrage. There's a Qing one. There's an Ottoman one. Russia, of course. And then these two very hard achievements they do sound. Starting as the Sikh Empire subjugate Great Britain. That is wow. That sounds like it's going to be the legally it's like what was the one in EU4 where you started as that one island and you had to take over the world, where it's basically the I know how to cheat achievement. And then American territory, which should be like the ultimate one I do because I myself am American. Starting as the Indian Territory, have the United States of America as a subject of no more than 3 states. 3 mountains, that was it. Thank you very much, Ian. So I would actually want to do everything here. I really would like to 100% this game at some point. And I think there's going to be enough variety to do it. I was somebody who enjoyed Victoria 2. Yeah, Manifest Mexico. Oh my god, we could talk about the U.S. War with Mexico all the live long day while I do that. But I would like to 100% this at some point. If I end up liking it, I really liked Victoria 2. I did try to stream that and play that on the channel a couple of times. Nobody really wanted to watch it because it was an old game. But now this is new, and so I think people will be excited to see it. Hello there, Shotfile. Hello, Drive. I'm Ferdling a Durg. I'm on my way to a 100% achievement run. So what we're going to start first, obviously, because we're going to 100% all the achievements, we're going to get educated and complete the learn the game objective. Unfortunately, it's kind of like midterms week, school, and I have a very important thing to do with my job tomorrow. So we're not going to play too much tonight. But I do want to get streaming and whatnot more on the channel. Going forward, I think I'm going to start being better about making time for it. So let's just go ahead and learn the game today. Let's get that achievement. Oh, wait, what? School is for the unwashed masses, which is why I need to go so I can eventually get the Anarchy in the UK achievement. And then, yeah. And then, of course, there's the Commune of France achievement. But, okay, I'm already being, I'm already a little surprised here. Apparently, the learned game is you're going to actually pick somebody and play through it. Yeah. Play campaign guided by challenges that help you learn how the game works and how to play it. Lenient and low. Oh, okay. Of course, they made Sweden. The Swedish company made Sweden the first one they want you to play. So we have choices here as Sweden, Belgium, Chile, aka Southern Texas, and Cape Colony. Yeah, Chile. I always get the Chileans giving me shit in the comment section whenever I make that joke. Daniel, I have no idea how to play this game. I've been playing it for 7 hours now. That's Paradox, baby. That's like fucking... Oh, excuse me. But yeah, Paradox games are all about... I need to put 100 hours in this game before I even know if I like it or not. Okay, so we'll do lenient, AI aggression low. All right. Let's just go. So, Sweden. Actually, I have a friend who's in Sweden right now. After losing Finland and gaining Norway in a personal union, Sweden has begun the slow process of industrialization, while also becoming more liberal in some ways. What does the future of Sweden hold? Let us find out. Votes for women! Working adults, the part of a pop that... Oh yeah, I think I'm blocking the tooltip thing. Sorry. Well, damn, I'm not really sure where to put it on this. Calling the stream, playing Victoria 3 and Victoria 2, but try playing Victoria 2 in order to get the clicks from Victoria 3. I learned to play Hearts of Iron 4 through mods and made you overpowered AF. Yeah, I have a friend who started to learn how to play Crusader Kings 2, and he quickly looked up cheat codes to just give himself infinite money so he could play. Which, like, who cares, right? It's not a freaking competition. Okay, so... Welcome to the age of progress! The age of... Peronismo, socialismo, comunisto, nacionalismo, ideologio... I'm turning Italian instead of Spanish. You guys get what I'm saying. You know, sindicalismo, trade unionismo. All the ismos we're going to be exploring over the next 100 years. There's already mods, so you can make Prussia yellow. Well, I like the color blue, so I actually enjoy this. Yeah, and the age of Texas. With the ideology of Davy Croquetismo. Alright. The year is 1836. Karl Johann Bernadotte is king of... now, incidentally, I think this is the... I think that this is the... he's related to one of Napoleon's marshals. Who betrayed him and became the king of Sweden. Let me double check that. No, it's not. It's not him. It was John Marshall, but this guy's related to him. I'm pretty sure. Wait, I have my European family tree chart right here. Hold on. Where's the Swedes? Swede. Okay, there's the Danish kings. Sweden. Yeah. So there was House of Bernadotte, King Carl IV. And John and third John. Doesn't it say he's French in game? Well, let me check that. King Carl. Oh yeah, because I'm thinking Charles. Yeah, so this is him. Yeah, look, country, Sweden, culture, fresh. So yes, this is he was a marshal of France. It's I have a European family tree family chart right here. Excuse me, but yes, I do. I have a European royal family tree that is mounted on my wall, courtesy of usefulcharts.com. Although it's out of date. For example, Queen Elizabeth is still alive on the chart. But yes, Karl IV, also the third. That's why I get confused because actually Karl the Fourth. He's Karl the 14th. But also Charles the Third, John, so Karl's third, Johann. It's a confusing thing, but anyway, he actually, I believe, is a descendant. Yes, he is. So his son was King Oscar the First, and his second son was King Oscar the Second, who had two sons, One became King Gustav V. The other one was Prince Karl of Sweden, who married Princess Ingeborg of Denmark, and their child was Prince Philip. Wait, no, I'm looking at the chart wrong. You're on a history buff. You're a shill for the man. You see? Useful charts, crossover, win. I don't know. Someone give me my number. Also, you guys gotta get my number. all right. We're getting distracted. We're supposed to be doing the doggone tutorial fucking thing. So, yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 words and a name in, and we got completely off topic. So anyway, he's 72. He's not going to be much longer for this world. I think in real history he dies in like 37. No, he died in 44, but he ain't going to be around long. He's the king of Sweden. The Industrial Revolution is well underway, bringing cataclysmic social change along with it. More than 20 years have passed since the Congress of Vienna imposed some semblance of order upon Europe, and unrest is once again starting to brew among the great powers. It will be up to you to guide Sweden to glory over the following century. There is no one way to win in Victoria 3. You set your own goals and experience different stories in the process of pursuing them. So yeah, it's been about a little bit over 15 years since Waterloo. And you know, peace forever and ever. 100 years, peacefuleurope.com. Maybe not. Victoria 3 is about taking charge of growing and shaping a Victorian-era country with a primary focus on economics and politics. Oh, God. Oh, man. I'm going to be... Gotta remember, if I'm hard for 4 hours or more, I need to see a doctor. Instead of just... Look, you guys know I play a lot of Hearts of Iron 4, but sometimes I want more than draw war arrows and have them go brrrr. You will be constructing a society to live in of your own imagination while overcoming internal and external obstacles. Politics, economics, diplomacy, and war are all tools to that end, but must be employed with care as your population have needs and desires of their own. Your decisions will impact them, and they will in turn attempt to influence you. Victoria 3 is a dynamic simulation with many moving parts. All your actions will have consequences. Even unintended ones. This is normal and expected. You do not have to learn how everything works before you play. Take it slow and learn from your mistakes, and you will soon be an expert policymaker. Okay. So, camera introduction. Yes, I know how to do this. Pan. Instant overview. Oh, that's neat. So I can click. Oh, so I hold it, and then I click here, let go. Huh. That's actually neat. I didn't know that. Can't wait till they make MLP mods for this. Yeah. And I have not even played the updated Equestria War now that they added the Zebrica continent. We spent so long waiting, and then the semester started. Okay, so sometimes you will see underlined text or a colored name or concept. Hover your cursor over such text to get... Okay, it's basically explaining how tooltips work. Yeah. Over a tooltip. Inside another tooltip. So I think this is just like with the other, like you click it and then lock it and then bring it up. Okay, great. Just like what do you call it? Crusader Kings 3. 3 capacities measure different aspects of your country's power. Mouse over the orange text to get more information. Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is a capacity used to I guess we should be zooming in on Sweden. Yeah, and then it goes detailed when you go in. Wow, look at that! You can see all the little buildings. There's the factories. Oh, yes. A la Wikipedia, from a large meal consisting of lobster, caviar, sauerkraut, kipper, champagne, and allegedly up to 14 servings of his favorite dessert, Heptvag. Oh, the guy who the Swedish king ate himself to death? Yeah. Yeah. How embarrassing. Or cool. So, bureaucracy is a capacity. Did the cities change? Oh, yeah, I would imagine. It's kind of like Civ. So, like, if we go, like, I think they're also designed aesthetically different. So, if we go over here to Japan, yeah, which is in the Edo period, I think. You see there's that Japanese aesthetic. If we go in here to the Qing, you can see smaller areas out here. You know, it's not super developed. Then if we go to London, very big, very big. Actually, I want to see what they have Washington D.C. looking like right now, because at this moment it's still like an up-jumped swamp. Yep, not much on the National Mall yet, just the Washington Monument. That's gonna pretty much be it until even when the Lincoln Monument goes up, it's sort of in the middle of nowhere relatively. Yeah, you can see the farms. Let's see, new goal in life: 14 servings of a dessert, not pushing daisies like some beta Swede. Yeah, it's a good goal. I think that's pretty much what Man vs. Food was all about. But yeah, there's like a semi-famous clip. I think I don't remember if it was I know it was when Teddy was in the office, or it might have been later, even during the second one. But yeah, you could see like sheep grazing in front of the White House. Wait, that's not the White House. This is the White House. That's the White House. I'm dumb. This is the Capitol building. Different things. Anyway, we're getting distracted. Okay, bureaucracy. I'm gonna stop this at the bottom of the hour, so we got less than 40 minutes left, everybody. But like I said, I'm gonna be trying to stream more. So, bureaucracy is a capacity used to maintain your country's administrative cohesion and day-to-day operations. The cost increases with the population across your incorporated states, and with every institution investment level, and is also used to administer commanders and trade routes. You gain bureaucracy from operating government administration buildings. So you can kind of see these up here. This is what we're talking about: bureaucracy, authority, and influence up here in the top left. Okay, authority. Authority is a capacity. Let's define capacity. Capacity is a measure of your country's capabilities in one of three areas. Capacities are not stored or used, but continuously generated from different sources and continually expended by the various projects you have going on. Your remaining balance in each area is displayed in the top bar. Having an excess of a capacity will yield a minor bonus for your country, while having a lack of a capacity will inflict large penalties. You can get Karl Marx as leader. For who? In Germany, or after he flees to Great Britain? Ooh, you know, him and Engels actually once considered immigrating to America. A lot of Germans did. Then we're getting into crazy alternate histories. So anyway, so the authority is the capacity affecting internal change in your country, like issuing decrees or managing interest groups. You gain it from laws. Influence is used for diplomatic actions and pacts targeting another country. You gain it based on your rank. Okay, so capacities originate from some government buildings, certain laws, and your rank, respectively. A country's rank is determined by measuring its prestige relative to other countries worldwide. It determines what sort of international activities you are permitted to engage in, what your people and the world expects of you, and where you stand in a global pecking order. My current rank is minor power, which has given me 60 more maneuvers per diplomatic play, +1 maximum declared interests, and +600 influence. Unspent capacity will provide a minor boost to one aspect of your country, while overspending is a penalty. Okay. Money. What is money? Money makes the world go round. It pays for government wages and bureaucracy, production, construction materials, and industry subsidies, convoys for your trade routes, and last but probably not least, your military. You gain money by taxing your pops and enforcing tariffs. Excess money in your treasury balance is used to pay off your loans or stockpile gold in your gold reserves. Insufficient money increases your loans towards your credit limit, which is determined by how much money is in your building's cash reserve. Void War, Ike the Plague, and it's a good game. Yeah, build tall, baby. Victoria's all about building tall. So, in the Treasury, funds the state apparatus. Vast majority of your money in the country is circulated by buildings and pops and is outside your direct control. Buildings and pops can be taxed to grow and improve your economy. Decrease your expenses by minimizing the operating costs of government buildings. The balance shown in the top bar reflects a weekly change. Unlike capacities, money can be saved to spend later. Be spent later. Though going into debt by running a negative weekly balance can often yield a better return on investment. Loans will be automatically repaid while your weekly balance is positive. Within the time period in the game, CHG is building something tall, if you know what I mean. On the left side of the screen, a number of buttons can take you to screens showing an overview of the different aspects of Sweden. Some are used to manage your country, while others are informational. Feel free to look through them and press next when ready. Yeah, so I think this is going to be like our politics and budget, buildings, etc., etc. Yeah, so right now, as you can see, each of these is going to open up a big scary window. Don't worry, everybody. All Paradox games are scary at first. It's gonna be alright. Babe, wake up. CHG just dropped. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we'll just kind of glance at some of these right now before we moved on. Before we move on. So, like, you know, we have like Karl Johan Bernadotte, who is in fact the former French Marshal. There, it's showing, you know, the opposition interest groups that are not part of the government. Their only way to affect enactment of laws through political movements, but their interest group traits apply in full as well. This is how much clout they have. So the industrialists are very powerful because they've got 27.1, which is more than 20%. Ching looking too stable over there. Yeah. Pick 5 side panels, complete a playthrough without ever clicking them. That wouldn't even be half of them. I think there's a mod that fixes the crash to the desktop if you open the market subscreen. What? I already opened it. Yeah. Yeah, get good, y'all. Alright, so... Yeah, we don't really... Yeah, radicals, loyalists, there's armed forces, the church, the petit bourgeois, which is not to be confused with the industrialists, are quite weak. We have an heir apparent, Prince Oscar Bernadotte. Alright. Budget, self-explanatory. Buildings, these are some of the various things that we could build. Market... You know, showing the buying and selling of goods, and you know, this is what makes the economy go around, as we all know. And you know, we just keep the green line go up, and if it go up, we print money. There's no consequences. I think this is the economic lesson we've all learned. Military, again, you know, pretty straightforward. We've just got one general right now who is he is romantic, which hurts his offense but helps with moral damage protection. And he is also a bandit, known for being a graduate of the University of the Green Forest. There's also abilities that this person will institute if they are the ruler, but they are not. So it's not really an issue right now. Diplomacy. Okay, right now we have a trade agreement with Prussia and our personal union with Norway, which we already discussed. Oh, cool. It also says like what strategic region that we're in. So we have interest in northern Germany. Can you guys see it on the map, like right here? When I hover over North Germany, it lights up between that and the Baltic. So technology tree, again, you know, kind of like Civ. If romantic is a morale bonus, who is he romancing out there? I think it's one of those things that like you have maybe you can interpret it as chivalric. So the people like that. Cultures. We are primarily Swedish, which means we have Scandinavian and European heritage. We are Protestant. We have no obsessions or taboos yet. Swedish culture is not discriminated in Sweden, and yeah, primary culture targets are in Sweden, and so we are Protestant. Church and state has freedom of consciousness. The state has an official state religion, but the people may choose what to believe. Only particularly exotic religions are discriminated against. Citizenship is determined by national supremacy. Foreign cultures are discriminated against unless they share both heritage and language. Okay, let's keep moving on. Population. Obviously, we're not going over all of this. I'm just kind of giving you guys an overview. So, We have a population of almost 3 million. Little over 800K of them are actually politically involved. Most of them are inactive. We are 26th in the world in terms of standard of living. The lower stratas are here. So this is the pops and professions that work with their hands and do repetitive labor that require little to no qualifications, and they do low wages. So they, yeah, you know, clerks, peasants, laborers. Middle strata is, you know, academics, bureaucrats, officers, you know, the white-collar workers, I guess you could say. And then upper strata, which is just people who got so much money they're not actually working anymore. Like aristocrats and capitalists. Okay. So, oh yeah, and it even has the breakdown here of how much everything is. So, for example, we have got 1.15 million laborers in the country. So that is a huge chunk of the country right there. Culture, you know, yeah, 97.1% Swedish, 99.9% Protestant. Obviously, these things will change over time. Tiny bit of Sammy in there. All right, next up, journal. Learn the game, which we're doing, the journal entries and stuff, and then decisions, which is good fun here. So we can do things like we can set up an expedition to try to find the source of the Nile. I don't think we qualify for this yet. Yeah, not a fan of those graphs. What's wrong with the pie chart? Oh, you're talking about the these ones. It is a little strange now that you mention it. Yeah. Why not just do the pie chart instead of this modern art masterpiece? But yeah, this is kind of like the CK2 thing, where you could do things like have a hunt. You know, you can map the Western frontier. I don't think we'll be doing this. Oh, you could switch to the pie chart. Do tell. Do tell. Oh my God, so much better. Yeah. Yes. Why do the Swedes have a decision to map the American frontier? Well, obviously, we're going to do it through our cousins in Minnesota and whatnot, the territories. Okay. Outliner, pin any of the, and this is just like lets you pin things, again, kind of like Crusader Kings 2. And then there is the map list, so we have the various countries. So just kind of broadly speaking, we're seeing what are some of the powers at the beginning. Obviously, Great Britain and France. Because France, you know, France is under Louis Philippe, the first king of the French instead of French king. Although Napoleon was earlier the emperor of the French, so it's kind of a downgrade. But yeah, you see the big powers in the world. You got Great Britain, France, the Qing, Russia, the East India Company, which that's a whole thing I don't want to get into right now. Austria and Prussia, they're going to be contending to unite Germany. The United States, of course, is about 30 years out from the real estate deal of the fucking, I was gonna say the century, but more like of the entire doggone human race. So they're gonna be manifesting their destiny all over these Indian tribes and then Mexico soon. Watching Paradox games in a phone through the YouTube app is a new experience. This game's really information dense. Oh yeah, that's Paradox for you. Okay, yeah, so who else is the big power? Egypt's kind of strong right now. I don't know if they're calculating that based on, like, relative to the continent. Can you recall the Qing, a great power at this point? They were getting deep dished by everyone else. I think it's one of those things, like in Crusader Kings 2, where it'll say that there's... there is stuff like GDP that is important, but there's those non-tangible things. So, for example... like when you're playing Crusader Kings 2, you guys know when you click a character, it'll have that difficulty bar underneath, but that difficulty bar is not really an accurate indicator of how strong or weak that nation really is, because there's just too many factors to figure for those sorts of things. Yeah, so this is like the ranking, but you see, if we did it by GDP, the Great Qing, of course, have all the money. We're going to see how they do, because you guys, I never played much of EU4, but even if you did, and I'm sure you all heard about how when they made the Qing a little bit too stable, or maybe they made China too stable in EU4, so then they just got completely out of control for a while there. I think it was after the Mandate of Heaven patch update thing. And yeah, I would be seeing like screenshots people were playing in Europe or in Africa, and then China was already creeping in. Yeah. Trade-off for I get my destiny manifested, you get out. Yeah. So like GDP, but if you're looking at prestige, it's Great Britain for sure. But population, that's obviously on Qing's side. So there's many factors here, and you know, like Japan. I don't even think Japan is anywhere. Oh, they're like 15. That's still good, but Japan can spike super hard in Victoria too. Because yeah, they can educate their population very quickly. They can you know, industrialize, militarize, relatively very fast. So anyway, they're gonna get a bouquet of poppy flowers from Britain Coon. You're talking about China and you're using the Japanese stuff. That's hilarious. Okay, where were we? Yeah, so we've looked at quite enough of those, I think. All right, let's close that. Wait, oh, that's a back. Oh, that's a back thing. Nice. So, along the bottom of the screen are 5 lenses. These provide easy access to actions you can take to shape your country, combined with information needed to make good decisions. Production is for expanding industries to produce goods and provide details about your economic output. Politics is for managing the government and your population, provides details about the power balance in your country. Diplomacy is for initiating or breaking pacts with other countries or starting diplomatic plays against them. It provides details about how other countries perceive you. Military is for expanding your army and navy and recruiting commanders and provides details about wartime matters. Trade lets you expand trade infrastructure and establish trade routes and gives you information about markets. Open the lens interface by clicking any of the lens buttons. Okay. Production lens. Each lens has its own map mode. Zoom out and take a look at the map to see what details changed. Everything's gone white except for, ooh, what's this? When you're ready to move on, close in, press print. So yeah, this is showing we have livestock ranches here. We've got rye farms in these 2 states, or these various states. So you know we could build more. So like for example, if we wanted to build livestock ranches here in Svealand. Sorry for all my pronunciations. That's going to cost us 0.25k in earnings per week. It's going to be 150 construction, add 4.81 weekly construction goods costs that could be funded from the investment pool, which we don't have right now. Market capital, blah, blah, blah. So predicted profit impact of an expansion that would actually make things worse, it would seem. I want to make it worse. Imagine this game with a sunken continent or lost land model. Let's learn the base first. Close by clicking the lens button again. Okay. Adjust the speed of the game and pause/unpause at the highlighted speed controls. You can also pause or unpause by hitting space on your thing. Oops, whoops. I shouldn't have done that already. I have unread messages, so that's that. Okay. Construction is produced by the construction and used. So we have unused production. How do I go back to the thing? Okay. Well, shoot. Let's get started here. So I'm going to expand. We have the construction interface here. Let's build a port. We have navigation. We've got infrastructure. Okay, so like build a port in the Svealand. Okay. We can support more declared interests. So, create an interest in a strategic region where we do not control any territory. So, what do we want to do here? Select which strategic region to declare an interest. So we have one, which is northern Germany. We can choose to do like Indochina or something. Let's keep it let's keep it simple. We could do like Poland. Try to turn the Baltic Sea into whatever the Swedish equivalent of Mare Nostrum is. So we're gonna say we have an interest in Poland. Oh yeah, I should have I should have said Minnesota. I'm not sure it was available. I could. The Midwest is not coastal or adjacent. No, it's not fair. Okay. Oh yeah, so there's now pretty much nothing's available. Okay, so we have expensive government goods in at least one of our markets. So tools in the Swedish market, the tool's expensive. We're not a significant producer of tools. Let's come back to that. 10 battalions are in reserve. Low market access. It's low in Scania. Because infrastructure usage is higher than infrastructure, the base market access is reduced. So we're using 24 of the 22 infrastructure in Scania. We have natural harbors, Scania soils. So this is right here. Do you change religion in your country? I'm pretty dang sure. Okay, so I think we have to unpause. There we go. The journal. Let's slow this down a little. You've just been given your first tutorial challenge. We have paused the game to give you time to read. Remember to unpause using the speed controls or the space bar when you are ready to resume. Open the journal by clicking the highlighted button on the left to begin. So, build a basic building. Expand the Rye Farms in Svilen. One way of growing your economy is by constructing or expanding buildings. You cannot always know ahead of time if a certain building will be profitable or not, but expanding a basic agricultural building such as Rye Farms is a relatively safe investment. Will complete if you have a level 3 Rye Farms in Svilen. So, you've been tasked with expanding. I'm sorry, I gotta get a hoodie. I am getting kind of cold here. Just yesterday we hit autumn like a brick wall. The temperature dropped big time, pretty much in a day. Because we had like a little overnight rain and early morning rain, and the temperature plummeted. So hold on, I'm just getting a hoodie. Okay. Living in the Southwest do be like that. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause, it's dry. Okay. I'm actually wearing a hoodie right now with only, Texas is gonna have the long night. Yeah, the hoodie I'm wearing, actually only has one sleeve. It's an extremely cheap hoodie I got, and this is many years ago, and you get what you pay for, and the right sleeve ended up tearing perfectly along the shoulder, so I have like a hoodie, but it's also half tank top now. Texan Jon Snow. Alright, so anyway, you have been tasked with expanding a basic agricultural building in one of your states. As you play the game, more tutorial challenges like this one will appear in your journal. You can either try to complete the challenge yourself without any guidance, or click the Tell Me How button for a walkthrough. You can also click the Tell Me Why button for a more in-depth explanation of why it is important. Good luck. Okay, so tell me how. Night of the Frost. Winter 2020. If you're making jokes about Texas, it was February 2021 was the big shit that everybody made fun of us about. I will just say that I was in El Paso, which is not connected to the rest of the Texas grid, because they don't care about us. It got freaking cold here, but it was basically over in 2 days. Why was Prussia all over the place during this? Well, you know, the dream of German unification had been a long one, and essentially it was coming down to Prussia or Austria. Enter Bismarck. Yeah. I lived in a city that had a great freeze in 2013, and the city shut down. It did indeed not get below freezing temperature. Hashtag Texas. Yeah, give it a guess, and then read the last 3 years mixed together. Yeah, I get it. All right, so we need to go to the journal. Build a basic building. Buildings are built in states. By clicking a state on the map, you can see which buildings already exist there or can be built there. Find the state called Svealand on the map. If you hover the state's name over your cursor, it should highlight somewhere in Sweden. Let's see here. Okay, so that's this one. You can find all buildings in Svealand under the Building tab. In the Building Overview panel, you will see an overview of buildings that are present in the state of Svealand, grouped by the 4 categories: urban, resource, agriculture, and development. Look for Rye Farms, which are... Wait, weren't they here? New urban building. What is going on here? In the state panel. Trade center, government, paper mills, textile mills, Svealand. Oh, no. Here they are. Okay, yeah, because there's several. Because urban. Because I was trying to initially keep up with the Victoria stuff and the dev diaries, and just had too much else to do. Anyway. So we have the air frogs here. It's a size 2 out of a possible 62. Click it. You can now see detailed information about the Rye Farms building and Svealand. You can order its expansion from the panel by clicking the highlighted plus button. You can also use the lenses to expand the Rye Farms, but we will cover that later. Begin the expansion of the Rye Farms in Svealand. Okay, so this is just like basically what we read before. Okay, you have successfully ordered the expansion of the Rye Farms in Svealand. Buildings take time to expand. The Rye Farms have been placed in the construction queue and will be constructed within several weeks. 44 weeks! It's almost a year. I don't know if I'd call that several. Boy, that'd be nice if you could tell your boss that. I'll be done in several weeks with that project. 44 fucking days. Oh, but it is construction. Oh my god, it all makes sense now. Let's see here. So, what was I saying? Buildings take time to expand. The Rye Farms have been placed in the construction crew and will be constructed within several weeks. While waiting for this process to complete, keep playing the game. More journal entries will appear to teach you about the different game mechanics of Victoria 3. Okay. 44 days. Was it days? I thought it said weeks. Wait, where's the queue? Dang it. Wait, where do I go to the construction queue? Construction sector. Yeah, no, that's 44 weeks. Yeah, my worst enemy, the Cone Construction Companies, never fucking ends with them. Okay. Expensive government good. Let's just kind of carry on. We'll carry on with that clinking clanking. Denmark declared Spain as their rival. It's a bold plan, Cotton. You have to pull permits, design this expansion across multiple consultants. No way that was a surprise expansion. The knowledge of egalitarianismo is spreading to us. Alright, so let's see. Can I look at... Okay, yeah, right now, Isabel de Bourbon is in charge of Spain. Here's a freaking... Yeah, I want to take a look at Louis Philippe, the People's King, allegedly. Wait, I want to... Here we go. There it is. Yeah, King Louis Philippe de Orleans. who's tactful, colonial illustrator, interest groups, industrialist, ideology, royalist. I wonder if, well, he must be. Freaking, is there a way to look at their generals? Lafayette should still be around. He's not dead yet. Battle of the Ainish. Nice. Yeah, wait. Yeah. Oh, and Sardinia, Piedmont are also rivals with Spain. So, yeah, the next great coalition is forming against this child. This, 5-year-old child. I guess, you know, hit them while they're down. Then meanwhile, over here... Damn it. Okay, what the heck is going on? There! Alright. Yeah, Nikolai Romanov is in charge out there. Let me once again consult my European royal family tree, which I have mounted on the wall. Yeah, Viva la Vida. I think that's actually about Louis XIV, not Louis Philippe, but you know. One of the few great Coldplay songs. I'm not a Coldplay fan. I never would put any of their songs in my top 500, but they've got some really solid ones. I like Viva la Vida. Yellow's great. The Scientist is effing great. I encourage all of you, and I don't just say this because I'm a Texan, to check out Willie Nelson's cover of The Scientist. It's quite good. But hold on, yeah, I'm consulting the chart here. So Nikolai Romanov. Yeah, so he's been in charge for 11 years at this point. He's gonna die in 55, and then that's gonna get us into Emperor Alexander II, who was the one who was emperor during the Crimean War, and a personal hero of Vladimir Putin's. Do you like Radiohead? Radiohead's one of my favorites. It's okay, you can say you don't like them, I won't be mad. You know, now that you mention it, I don't think I've ever taken the time to sit down and listen to Radiohead since, like, high school. I don't remember if I like them or not. Like, I don't remember. Yeah, because like the thing was, in high school I was getting super into classic rock because it was just, I was being flooded with all this music that I had never heard. Let's see, Alexander II emancipated the serfs. Yeah. Oh, that's the next book I want to try to read on my own time. By the way, we're just kind of waiting for the next submission to pop up. Oh, the East India Company have declared the Netherlands to be their rival. Who says Paradox games don't have historical accuracy? Yeah, I guess let's kind of look around. So Great Britain's going to try to get a treaty port with the Qing. It's a bold move, Cotton, and I think it's going to work out amazingly for them. Yeah, who's running things with the Qing right now? There we go. Asian Gyorio. Can't say I know him off the top of my head. Who's his heir? Whatever. Japan is under Inarari Tokugawa. Does Russia still have the little port in California? I don't know. Would it be like a treaty port? Because Paradox has always said a private company fighting a country would reach Metal Gear Solid 5. Oh yeah, like, okay, so I once took a class. It's one of my favorite classes I ever took, where we were studying the history of space travel, which I imagine is not a very common, like, period of history yet, because there's plenty of people who are still alive before we even landed on the moon. But before we even got into the space race, we spent the first, I want to say, at least a month of the class just studying the history of human exploration in general. And I would joke with friends, you know, we were learning about, you know, the stuff with China and the Dutch and the East Indies and all sorts of stuff, and like a fighting going on like these places far, far away from home, and a lot of it was between private companies. Like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk creating mercenary armies that are going to be fucking shooting at each other on the asteroid belt to get those $1 trillion rocks. The rocks meaning the asteroid as a whole. But yeah, I don't know. That's a good question with the Russian port. If it's there, it's probably just a treaty port. It's probably kind of like the hey, Eugene, Oregon. Nice. How many people are living here? Like 30,000. It's British market right now. Because like it's with Hearts of Iron 4, like, do we really need to build the free city of Danzig into a country? You know, at the end of the day, this is a video game. So there are some things they will and will not be focusing on. All right. Oh yeah, so we were kind of just looking around the world, seeing what else was going on. Jabal Shamar is still there. Who's running the Ottomans right now? Mahomet Osmanoglu. Oh, Djibouti. Oh, you're talking about yeah, Russia almost got Djibouti. Yeah, Russia did almost get into Africa. There was a few weird ones out there. Let's see here. Wait, what's going on down here? Prianti attitude towards us. Argentina's kind of busted up right now. New Granada's there. Yeah, South America is going to be an interesting place to hang around in. Let's see, I got to figure out which corporation is going to be my master in California. I want to be on the side that doesn't end me. See, oh, there's Cape Colony, which we talked about earlier, and the Zulu. Yeah, is there a way, is it like here to look at the achievements? I don't know if you guys can see when I do that. I think you can. Oh, but you can see names of my Steam friends. But I wonder if there's like a Zulu achievement. I'm sure they're going to make all sorts of fun achievements as time goes on. But this is genuinely a game that once I get my legs under me, I want to just be trying to 100% it. Might be the only Paradox game besides Crusader Kings 2 I ever want to 100%. Just because there's so much material to deal with. Yeah, guys, let's get a freaking Afghanistan game going on. You know, when Russia wants to do its great game bullshit and they start coming into Central Asia, what if you let's make our own achievement. We'll just like, we take Central Asia first, and then we take Russia. Can you imagine the freaking quality of the Afghanistan combined with the resources and population base of Russia? That's a world conquest one. Like, we'll just take Russia and then we'll stop, but because it'll be a fait accompli. Oh, yep, there's that little bit of France and northern Algeria. What's going on out here in Indochina? That's right! The French haven't taken Indochina yet. That could be a fun thing. Now, this is going to be for the hardcore people. You know, you could do a run where like Vietnam, like you form proper Vietnam, and then you take France and make it a colony and see how they like it. Yeah, of course, Italy has not unified yet. You know, Italy and Germany, like, you know, people think of them, I think, of being older than the United States because they think of culturally Europe being older than the United States, which it is. But Italy and Germany unified relatively late in the game. So yeah, it's still busted up. Wait, how do I look at the different country views? States or no? I want to no. Never mind. I kind of don't want it to, you know, go to the terrain setting when I zoom in so much. When am I getting the next mission? I'm going to triple speed. But yeah, you can see like the two Sicilies are here. There's Sardinia, Piedmont. The Papal States are still pretty big, basically the size they've been for centuries. There's Tuscany, there's Lucca, there's Parma. Most of these are going to get eaten up pretty quickly, and it's essentially just going to be a race between Sardinia, Piedmont, and the two Sicilies. Portugal will officially annex California. Yeah, well, Portugal should be out here, and yeah, there's Nova Goa. And the French, I forget the name of this one, but the French had their Indian colony as well. So that's a Portuguese colony. This is a French colony. Oh shoot, that is an alarm saying that's going to be it. After for the day. So, yeah, it was good to be back today. I only streamed for an hour. Go read my community tab. Essentially, you know, school has been super duper busy, but I'm trying to balance things better, especially after this next week once we go into November. My schedule is going to significantly calm down because I've got a lot of major projects that I'm knocking out this week. So I'm gonna try to stream more. It's gonna, it'll mostly be live streams. They're gonna probably be short. I wouldn't anticipate like 4-hour streams, except maybe on a Sunday or something. But I'm looking forward to being back. We're gonna learn this game. We're gonna start doing some of this older stuff as well again. And yeah, my apologies for not being around. Anyway, you'll have a nice night, and yeah, again, happy anniversary to the channel. I think this channel, because only the old heads remember this, that this is actually the second Conquering History Games channel, because I had to delete the first one and recreate it. It was a whole thing. It was years ago. So I think this one was literally made in July, but I consider the anniversary of the channel to always be on St. Crispin's Day, which was October 25th. Yeah. So anyway, I'll see you guys this weekend or something. Everybody take care. Bye.